Y'all, how's it going? Cracking up because of that background there. It's a randomized sort of background. And how's it going, guys? So I'm gonna look at a little bit of Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel, one of my favorite players ever to play college football, and he happened to play in Cleveland for the Cleveland Browns as well. So I like Johnny football, and I'm hoping that he has success for the Memphis Express. And this is a funny little glitch. I cracked up when I saw the highlights of the game because I was watching NCAA tournament basketball. I was just kind of hanging out tonight and hanging with the family and whatnot, and I wasn't watching Memphis. And also with the AAF, I'm not really watching a lot of the AAF right now, especially during college basketball and the Alliance of American Football. I mean, seeing Luis Perez play decently well when there's no college basketball on, when the Masters is not on, and when there's not compelling television on TV, I will turn on this game. I will turn on an Alliance game maybe if there's absolutely nothing, like maybe Luis Perez. You got to have a compelling quarterback or a running back, but all the good running backs are already in the NFL. So a lot of these players, very few are going to make the NFL, maybe defensive linemen. And are you going to watch a game to really watch a defensive lineman unless you really have that connection with a defensive lineman from a school? But anyway, about Johnny Manziel, I'll drop everything to watch Manziel. I mean, the fact that Manziel was talking smack when he was mic'd up, Johnny Manziel, his whole story is incredible. How he became a star overnight. The fact that he was dating. He just dated the hottest girls ever, Johnny Football, and his whole life is really a dream for a lot of people. And then Johnny, of course, he got swept up in the fame. I mean, he became a star overnight. He was in Kerrville, he was a wide receiver, and then with Kevin Sumlin, he unbelievably was a 3-star guy that only had Oregon and A&M. He won the job. Texas didn't even recruit him. Won the quarterback job at Texas A&M and became a star overnight. And then he got drafted into the draft. And this is a guy that knows every celebrity. He really is. He was an A-list celebrity. And a lot of you guys that don't like Manziel will say, well, he's a C-list celebrity. He's a punk. And I think that Johnny Manziel would even tell you, if you listen to his interviews, that yes, he's had to go through some maturing. And for Johnny now, I'm pulling for the guy. He seems to have his head on his shoulders, and I'm enjoying all the interviews that he's giving. And this is football for Johnny. This ain't Canada no more. So this ain't Kansas anymore. This ain't Canada. But this is tremendous for Memphis. Really excited for the people there in Memphis, especially that the Grizzlies are not going to make the playoffs. The fact that we get a little Johnny, that adds to this Memphis team that with Mike Singletary, they're not doing much. So here Johnny's going to run, and he does a great job of sliding there. That's obviously vintage Johnny Manziel. So as we look really at the series here, first of all, Brandon Silver's the quarterback out of Troy that was out there with Neil Brown. He has limited arm strength. I don't think he's going to play in the NFL. Johnny Manziel, I'm going to tell you what I thought about Manziel, but from what I gathered looking at the stat lines, Johnny Manziel only played about 3 series in this game. And a lot of times, the offensive line would screw it up, or Brandon Silvers would then come into the game after 2 series. So Silvers played most of this game. So it was essentially like watching Tim Tebow in the New York Jets offense with Rex Ryan as the head coach, and it was musical chairs. It was a carousel like quarterback. So even people who missed the game tonight, you really didn't miss much because the guy didn't get into a rhythm, Johnny Manziel, and down 16-8, he was used just as a utility guy. He wasn't even the starter. But hopefully, Johnny, in practice, you would hope for Johnny's goal is to compete with Brandon Silvers. And let's hope that Johnny, if you're a Johnny Manziel fan, you should hope that Johnny could try to separate from Silvers and beat Silvers out in practice. You hope that the coaches give Manziel that opportunity to win the job from Brandon Silvers. And if he can't beat Silvers, that's not very good. Here's not bad. This is not bad for Manziel, and I can even, I'll even slow it up just a tad. I mean, we don't need to go super, super slow. But here with Manziel, the thing you realize is that Johnny, at least he's taking his time, right? There's a guy right there in his face, but Johnny's not, he's rattled a little bit. The game's still really fast. Like, the game's going 1,000,000 miles per hour for Johnny right now. But fact is, Johnny there took he did look to one side of the field. He's still getting the playbook down. And again, this is Johnny getting thrown into the fire, but at least Johnny Manziel. The one thing I got to say about Johnny going to Canada and Johnny continuing to play football is that this guy absolutely loves the game. He continues to chase his dreams. Kind of like Tim is doing in baseball right now. Johnny is chasing his dreams, and for that, I commend him, and that is inspiring in itself. The fact that he is still going out there when he could just wallow away, cry, and while a lot of people have called him a laughingstock, a bust, a complete punk who pretty much, was just lightning in a bottle in college for 2 years, Johnny Manziel is still going out there and he's still slinging the rock. And this is a really good arm talent throw from Johnny Football. Look at this throw by Johnny. And Johnny Manziel, the reason why he's been so successful, and it says that he's 6'2", which is honestly a joke by the Alliance of American Football. Johnny Manziel's about 5'11", 6 feet if he's really, really lucky. He's about 5'11". They gave him 3 inches of height. But Johnny here, he has really good hip rotation. He's an incredible athlete. That's why in high school, he was one of the best high school players ever in Texas, in terms of most exciting in the last maybe 10 years in Kerrville and Hill Country, because he was a wide receiver, quarterback, and everything. This throw right here is a bucket throw. It's a great throw by Johnny Manziel. Very, very talented ball. Very good ball, very good timing. The best part of this play is actually not that this receiver completely drops the ball. It's not even the throw itself. There's something that I really enjoy about this play. And it actually has nothing to do with the guy on the field. It has to do with my man here, number 13, who is absolutely talking tons of shit to that guy, Carlisle. I mean, what a terrible feeling. The last guy on earth you want to see is a Birmingham Iron, a wide receiver that is laughing in your face when you just are trying to make the NFL and you can't make a catch. I feel bad for Carlisle. I shouldn't have said I was happy, but the fact that we're getting a little rivalry going between these two Southern teams in the Alabama versus Tennessee, a little bit of rivalry. I love the smack talk. I love the mic'd up. And Carlisle, I love the rivalry. And if you're Carlisle, you go out and you ball. And that was a bucket throw by Johnny, though, in all seriousness. Good throw by John. This is where Johnny, this is the fun of A&M. This is the allure of Manziel. This has to be really, really rare occurrences because, if NFL teams are seeing this, even though Johnny makes the ridiculous play, one, he can get injured doing that type of shit. And two, with Johnny Manziel, that's a circus type of play. I mean, when he made it at A&M, that's what makes Johnny so special, but that's also not a repeatable play. I want to see Johnny Manziel do that on 4th down. And I guess it's 3rd and 12. I guess you're trying to make something happen. Johnny Manziel in this game was like a shooter coming off the bench, and he got into the game, and he's trying to hit some threes, and he's pressing a little bit, and it's very understandable, very understandable. But he can't be doing the opie-dope all the time. He can't be doing this all the time in the NFL. He'll take 20-yard sacks and drive coaches nuts. So he has to be a little more confined. Really good pocket, great hip rotation from Johnny. The lower body here, that's why Johnny generates his power, a little bit like Kyler Murray. Because Johnny Manziel, the hip rotation, he's able to get a lot of hip rotation now. The thing is about Johnny is that like Will Grier, this ball, like you'll see like the elite arm throwers like a Patty Mahomes, a Drew Lock, a Josh Allen, they might be able to put this ball on a little bit of a lower trajectory. But this ball is thrown from the 35-yard line of Johnny, and it ends up like dang near the 20-yard line. That's about maybe a 45, 50-yard toss, and it's a frozen rope from Johnny, his best throw of the day. And ball comes out well, and the ball is thrown to a great spot, and we can watch it in real time. When you watch this throw, guys, we'll watch it a couple times. There is talent. There's arm talent, and that's really exciting for Johnny Manziel. This was a really exciting throw. This is arm talent from Johnny. And I'm really excited to watch him play in the AAF. I'm excited for more throws like this from Johnny, because this kid can be magic. He can make magic happen. Good throw from John Manziel. Looks off people well, and it's a pretty open throw, but he hits it. 3rd and 23 is the next graphic. So not good. These are highlights. 2-point conversion. Let's see kind of what we get here underneath. Let's see if anybody comes open here. We're kind of viewing the highlights, honestly, for the first time myself. No one's really that open. He tries to squeeze one in there. 3rd and 7. Let's see how we do right here. I like it. Gives the guy a chance. Very good arm strength. Watch this from Johnny, though. I mean, maybe just to protect himself, but right there, he doesn't want to get hit. Tackle gets beat on the inside. Tackle slides well. Tackle, though, gets beat on the inside with it because his hand, he gets swiped there on the inside. Johnny just lobs that one up. But listen. Gives this guy a chance. A lot of arm strength. Brandon Silvers comes into this game and finishes it for the Memphis Express. The fans love Johnny. And Chandler Parsons was at the game and everything. It's pretty cool. So I'm happy to see this guy playing football again. So I want some more highlights. I can't wait. I love Johnny football. Love me some Johnny football. And it's good to have him back playing football in America and playing some gridiron football and trying to get NFL teams to give him a look. So we'll try to keep track of Johnny. And thank you all again for watching some of this vid. I appreciate it.